Hello. You guys are not going to let me live. Listen, a couple of weeks ago, I started with this Walter Lee Hampton shit, and I'm struggling with how to get out of it because I get emails. When you make video on YouTube, they notify you at home, tell you somebody made a comment. Now, I'm getting the most hideous messages. I guess people comment on what I like. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. I understand that, but. But now they're just coming just negative, 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 all supporting Walter Lee Hampton. So I said, well, I got to go in there again. I don't know how I'm going to get out of it, but I'm not going to just leave it like that. Where now I'm perceived as someone who's encouraging people to be, you know what? Let me say this. I live in San Francisco, California. I live right here. If I can turn my camera around, face the window, you'll see I'm living right in the heart of the Castro. Gay Mecca for years. Not so much the gay Mecca anymore because unfortunately it costs so much money to live here now that it can't be gay Mecca. You can't just come here and work at Macy's. But we don't have no Walter Lee Hampton here that I know of. Now maybe he got a channel somewhere, or there could be somebody like that, but we just don't have that kind of conversation here. And San Francisco is doing just fine. I don't know why Atlanta can't do fine, because this person, he likes to. It's always us and them, see, and him on the high end and we on the low end. When a person is extremely insecure, like this child Walt, first of all, let me say this, and I know I jump around. Forgive me. Am I forgiven? First of all, Walter Lee Hampton is a scared little man. That is a little Walter, little Marco, and little Walter, because that is one scared dude. Why would you dedicate your life to barking a bunch of bullshit that you can only people who agree with him is straight women? I hate to say that. I mean, I know you guys are not all the same, but that's who agrees with him, because gay men, I just expect more from you. Women, you get a pass. I'm not going to sit up here and hate on you and all that, because if somebody came and put something in my pussy and infected me with it, I'd be pissed off too. So I understand that a lot of you are operating out of fear and concern, because you live in a place where there's a lot of gay men, a lot of bi men, a lot of DL men, and all this kind of thing. So yes, I can see that it would affect you, and you would support what Walter is saying. But for a gay man, you guys have no idea how nasty this shit is. You don't know what a bathhouse is. You don't know what it is to come into a room and the signs say on the door, no talking on the dance floor. The dance floor being the bed booths. So people don't even talk in there. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'm confused again. All right, so what I'm saying is, Walter likes to always put himself in a position where I am somebody special. That's why I made the reference to him and a supremacist. Someone will say that I am good and they are bad. So it's us against them, and I have the high road. That's what he's saying. So here, people are supportive of HIV people. I mean, yes, the numbers are. I mean, they got to be high. I don't know if they even count anymore. There's not enough black folks left to count us. But I just don't see the same kind of conversation. Granted, I'm out of the game. I don't go to sex sites, and I don't have sex with people. I don't fuck strangers and all that kind of stuff. So I've been out of it for a while, and I'm very happy to be out of it, because, frankly, all of the disclosure and all the shit you have to do to have sex with somebody and feel good about it was not worth getting nut. So I'm kind of glad that I've let nature take its course, and I've become what I should be at 60 years old, in my opinion. Anyway. All right, so I'm off track so much that I can't even. If I try to follow Walter Lee Hampton, I've decided that I'm just going to I mean, I've never subscribed to his page, but I'm not even going to look at anything he has to say. Every day is something new. Today he's saying he's fighting against the decriminalization of HIV and all that. This is a gay person. He's supposed to be fighting with us, trying to figure out how Atlanta can get a handle on this shit, because obviously what he's been promoting is not working. Is anything working there? I mean, you say half the gay black men in Atlanta are positive, and you're talking the same shit you were talking 12, 15 years ago, and it's still the exact same. What difference does it make then? Why is he even talking about it? What we need to be figuring out is, why are these people going out and having sex with people knowing you're in the highest risk category in the United States, possibly the world, at this particular moment? I'm not hating on Atlanta. Frankly, I've always wanted to come there. I say, oh, okay, so I live in the Castro, so most of the people, they're white, they're gay, but they're white. I said, oh, Atlanta must be like San Francisco, but black. It might be interesting. But it don't seem interesting to me now. It just doesn't. This child, Atlanta, we need to figure this thing out. Because it's only, all it's about is wear rubber. I mean, why he got to go on with all these hateful rants and all this kind of stuff? All you got to do, you should be out on the street passing out rubbers. Anybody seen rubber Walter Lee Hampton out there on the street passing out rubbers, trying to educate people? What about the drug addicts? Y'all ain't said a damn thing about no drugs. And I know, believe me, I know that drugs is a huge part of HIV infection. And you said a goddamn thing about it. All you want to do is crucify the person who's positive. Make sure he, and see, okay, now it's coming to me. It's coming to me. Okay. This dude claimed that he saw this man actually in the midst of having sex with this with somebody. D was having sex, unprotected sex with somebody, and Walter Lee walked by the room and peeked in the door. You know what? That always did bother me. You walk by a door and you're able to peek in a door and see somebody's dick in the hole and see that they ain't got no, that must have been one long dick. That must have been one hell of a dick for you to peep your big ass nose in the door and see the dick going in and out of the asshole and see there's no rubber on it. It don't make sense. He ain't see that. That's a goddamn lie. He wanted that boy, David. He could not accept that David is, like maybe David is D is promiscuous. Maybe he likes to have sex with a lot of people. He's not that unusual. A whole lot of gay people, 30 years old, like to have sex with a lot of people. So he didn't want to be married and domesticated with Walter Lee Hampton. And this is a hateful person. So try to ruin somebody like that. I mean, what is this? Can you imagine what that man is going through? When he can walk around Atlanta, all the gay places, and his name's thrown everybody's mouth. He just walked down the street. And what does he do? What do you do? We don't even know that he was positive and the other person is positive. It's 50% chance that he was, right? How do we know that they just don't choose to have raw sex? There's no documentation that you get reinfected and reinfected. That's never been proven. So if both of them are positive, which is 50% chance that they are both positive, that would be one reason why there was no rubber. But don't even take for granted that Walter is telling the truth, because I don't see how you can see all that from the crack of a door. He was disturbed because he wanted this man to be his boyfriend or his lover or his rescuer. He already said, oh, I want me a nice young man. If I get somebody else, I don't want no old guy. Okay, so this guy is 30 years old. He's, I don't know, 10 years younger than this child. 10, 15 years younger. It's kind of what he described he wanted. The man didn't want that. The man wanted a party. What is wrong with a man who's 30 years old, in good shape, young, healthy? What's wrong with him wanting to go out and fuck if he wants to fuck? He didn't know he was signing a contract when he invited this asshole in his goddamn house. It just pisses me off because it's not working, people. It's not, whatever the fuck he's talking about, it ain't having no effect on nobody. All it do is pissing people off. Now, Walter Lee Hampton has got to be the most hated gay black man in Atlanta. I don't think there's too many real homosexuals, not all these DLs and all this people hiding in the clergy and all this. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about a regular gay person. Ain't no way in hell they're going to be supporting this bullshit that he's promoting. Because they have enough sense to realize that at this point in time, at this point in history, it don't make no goddamn sense that you sit up there, open your legs, and let a man put his dick in your ass, knowing that there's a 50% chance that he is HIV positive. Most of you are not even having the conversation. And I know it. I don't need nobody to tell me. I don't need no woman to tell me about what goes on in the gay. I've been in the gay too goddamn long. And it offends me that there's nothing about the drug. I'll go back to that. Nothing about dope. Now I know something about that. If you out there doing crystal meth, that's the one I know about. If you're doing that, your chances of catching HIV are 99.99%. That's what he should be doing. talking about something that's going to help you, and some statistics, something to motivate the people to want to wear rubber. What is the big deal about a goddamn rubber? You people are making too big an idea of putting on a rubber. You always want to defend the person. Oh, he was in there and he was negative, and he should have told him that he was. What the fuck are you? What the fuck? Listen, I talk very fast, so excuse me if I slow myself down, calm my nerve, and try to regroup on what the hell I'm talking about before I lose it. Okay. If I were straight, if I were negative today, there is absolutely no way that I would have sex with somebody. I don't give a goddamn if they tell me that they're negative, or they don't know. They just have what people. They got you convinced they're having a HIV test every week, which is caca. They don't even want to know the damn results because they know got to give up the sex life. So there is a point here. I'm sure there is somewhere in my brain. But people, let me tell you right now. If you send me a comment and it's comment on my grill or comment on my house, my dog, whatever the fuck you were talking, if it's something just negative to be nasty, challenging that I'm stupid, I'm erasing that. I'm not looking at that shit no more. You guys want to just, I don't understand this online thing. If you say you love gay people, see, Walter says I'm doing this for the gay black community. I don't see that you're in the community. I do not see you as part of the gay black community, or you are more the enemy of the community. Now you got all of these. I'm not gonna keep riding on women because it ain't their fault, and I understand their point. They do have a good point. When you start mixing this shit up together, this man and woman thing, DIL, DL, all this stuff, I can understand where they're coming from. That's why they're drawn to Walter Lee Hampton, not because he's such this brilliant genius and a defender of anything about the gay community. It's more about the anti-gay community. Today he showed the people they're trying to just stand up and say, please don't put me. Can you imagine this? Wait a minute. I can't make one goddamn point. I can't make one point. Imagine what this man was doing, having sex in his house, in his bed, with the person who chose to be in bed with him. They're in there having sex, and you got this fucking gorilla who is a guest, supposed to be a guest, a house guest. He peeking in your goddamn door in your bedroom now. And what did they just say? Okay, let's just throw his ass in jail. Now, I've been to prison many times. I don't know what Walter talking about. He went to jail 6 months or some kind of shit. I've been to prison for real. Whole lot of times. Could I imagine somebody sitting up in there for, they've been giving them 15, 20, 30 years. Child, who did you kill? Oh, I was just having sex in my apartment, and this guy, Walter Lee Hampton, thought I should be in prison for the rest of my life. He don't even think. I don't know what kind of time you had, what pen you went to, or what kind of time you had in there. But I don't know how that personality made it out. Frankly, I really don't. So, okay, I know I did not plan on coming on here doing this thing. I'm tired of you people calling me up, insulting me, child. Oh, you got to put him in jail and all that kind. Child, start wearing a fucking rubber. Don't be a goddamn fool.